Hello and welcome to NSK's PB Power Hour for March 17th, 2018. My name is Yoshi, and this is a podcast about Japanese idols brought to you by Schook Kaidan.com. I'm joined, as always, by Charlie Drake Kaidan. What's up?
Yo, I'm sick and I don't give a shit
You
about
don't give a
anything.
shit. You're angry. Fuck,
Yeah.
fuck the big man. You know, the corporate fucks
Yep.
screwing the little man. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, anarchy.
Anonymous.
Sure. So we're back. We're here to talk about some idol releases from the past week. We got a pretty good handful of them, pretty major releases this week. So let's get started. First with Dempagumi.inc. They're back with new members
And new music.
and new music, I guess. Yeah, the song's called Oyasumi, Polaris, Sayonara, Parallel World.
So Polaris is in like Andromeda or something?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like a star, astronomy shit.
Yeah.
Because they're wearing like astronaut helmets and they're like exploring the quote unquote new world in this
The
PV.
alien world.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Earth to me, but they're on a new planet, I guess.
Yeah. There's a ladder that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
And plants with tentacles that seem to explode, and I don't know what they poop out, but they poop out something that turns her into a pine cone.
Yeah, or like grapes?
I suppose,
It's like
maybe.
a pine cone grape monster.
Yeah, something like that.
So, not sure what that's about, but yeah. And they kill the thing, and that's basically this PV is like a. It's like what is that game that flopped because it had way too high of an
No
expectation?
Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, but like Earth.
Yeah.
It's like a Earth version of No Man's Sky with some weird shit.
I want his keyboard,
I mean, it is literally a keyboard.
but it's a keyboard with a keyboard,
Yeah, he has okay, so he has a piano keyboard and also a typing keyboard on it.
and like all these cool like I want to say that that's actually like some custom made thing that he
I
had made
I
that would
I
like
wouldn't
create
doubt it
stuff for control of the synth and stuff.
because this guy who wrote the song or he arranged the song is named HZM. He's a jazz pianist. I guess he's famous or whatever.
I suppose if you're into jazz
Yeah,
pianists,
you might know of him.
yeah,
Um, this is a PV that is fun to watch and see references to like Doctor Who or whatever. But you watch it and go, for me, it feels empty. Like I don't like
hmm
there isn't like any heft or weight to it. There's no stakes. I don't know what the point is of them
yeah,
exploring this place.
yeah. I don't either. It's there's no drama to it except for the one brief scene where she's a great pine cone and they shoot her and it blows up and she's fine.
Yeah, it seems more like a concept atmospheric PV rather than a plot PV.
Yeah,
So I guess that's what they're going for. But I mean, even then, the
yeah,
visuals they're nice, but kind of faded and not colorful. Actually, surprisingly, it's kind of dull.
it's got that Japan filter over it.
Yeah, it's just a dull looking PV, and it's all grass because they're outside.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The brief inside shots are very brief. They're not very
it's
long,
really brief. Yeah,
and they're in like some weird slime room or something.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very much a art piece, I would say.
Yeah.
And his nose is painted green for whatever reason.
Yeah. And at the end, they get on the Earth lander, whatever lander, and they go back to their spaceship.
The Dempa.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Nothing really happens. It's just a. This is basically not Skylanders, No Man's Sky, and
Skylander sounds like an anime.
I mean it's a Toys to Life. Uh,
It's amoeba thing.
yeah, it's like a amiibo for Spyro the dragon, basically. So, um, yeah, it's. I mean, the guy I'm assuming is the HZM guy.
I would
He's
hope
playing
so.
piano. Yeah, in this PV. That's about it. Aside from the members.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
it
the
just
aluminum foil backpack.
yeah. It's it's just a I don't know. I just feel disappointed. It's just not goofy enough.
Yeah. Yep. There's very few goofy scenes in it.
Yeah. Like
But,
Dempagumi had this like very predictable studio set PV with the color paint splashes thing going on for a while, right?
yep.
This strays away from that because, I don't think I've seen a PV where they actually go physically outside that I can think of off the top of my head. So it's nice, but I don't know. This just doesn't do it for me. I don't think it's interesting.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank on any where they're actually outside.
Yeah.
Um there might have been one or two where they're in like Shibuya or something.
There was that one PV where they shot it with their phones and they're walking outside. I think it was like Fuyu Oide or something like that. I remember that one, but that's about it.
Yeah, very, very few.
Yeah, so it just feels it's supposed to be kind of grand and big in
Mhm.
scale, but it's not. That's my issue, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
And I don't think the song helps with that either.
yeah, the song, if you're a pianist, maybe you could like kind of appreciate the aggressive piano work, but to me it feels like the dude is just like he's pleasuring himself on the piano like oh I'm so good. Oh yeah, like that's sort of how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's not enough accompaniment with it.
Yeah, it just feels very flat and
There's
plain.
very there's I don't think there's any guitar. There's very little drum.
I mean, the drum is there. It's recorded in this shitty flat sounding way, so it just doesn't sound powerful.
Yeah.
It just feels really light. So it really doesn't fit their style of aggressive anime vocals.
That
So
too.
yeah, I think that's my issue with it. Like I
And
think
it's not Deppa.
yeah, like it's really tame compared to their usual stuff, I
Yeah.
guess. So yeah, just not goofy enough.
Yep.
Same with the PV. I think that's the issue.
Yeah. The song's all right,
Yeah, it's all right
but I think it could have been a lot better.
for sure.
But this guy's too high on his horse to actually recognize his own faults.
Well, I'm sure the guy is incredibly talented, and I wouldn't be surprised
Oh, I'm sure he is,
if we
but
read an article that said this guy is the best pianist in Japan or whatever. But like in this context, it's just too like out there. Like
that,
I appreciate jazz piano and stuff, but here it just seems like hey, Yngwie Malmsteen wrote a song for Baby Metal, and it's just him jerking himself off the entire time on the guitar. Like that's it's not great as a reflection of Baby Metal.
God, I would love to see Steve Vai write a Baby Metal song.
He'll just jerk himself off for like 3 minutes, and Baby Metal will just say like 2 words. That's the issue.
I don't think so. I don't think so with Steve Vai.
I don't know. All those like guitar virtuosos are, I don't know. That's the feeling I get. They always have like long hair or sunglasses and a
Yeah.
combo of either or. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But he also produces for like orchestra stuff too,
right.
or composes.
I mean, they're all incredibly talented, but they're like, especially if you're like a musician or like an athlete, there's a thing about having incredible confidence.
Hmm.
So whatever negative feedback doesn't affect your artistry or your creative intent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I much props to those people.
And just because he's good at playing the piano doesn't mean he's good at composing
Yeah. Well, I'm
necessarily.
sure.
So
Yeah, but a lot of that goes hand in hand, though.
mm,
Once you become such a good player, you could probably make some good stuff.
you would think, anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't hurt for sure. All
No.
right. Anything else?
Mm. Oh, yeah, we didn't actually mention who the new members were.
I mean, we've talked about them before, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Nemotonagi and Perorin Sensei, Kaname-rin.
Well, I know we talked about him after the show last week, but
We've talked about them before.
uh, I'd probably put the song on a shelf and dump the PV. There's just not. I don't know, the way it's shot and the way it just kind of jumps around. It doesn't really make me want to watch it. The song's all right. I'd listen to it, but it wouldn't be very often.
I would shelf both. It's something if it came on, video wise or song wise, I wouldn't skip it, but it's not something I would go actively like listen for. I'm definitely not buying this. That's 100% a fact. So, all right, that's Dempagumi.inc. Oyasumi, Polaris, Sayonara, Parallel World. Next up, Kobushi Factory. Ashita tenki ni naare.
God, I wish it was better.
The song or the PV?
The weather? Oh.
Well, he does give you the weather updates. So I have a lot of grievances with this PV. Like, a lot. I don't know if it's just
Okay.
me, but okay. This
Does
guy.
does the
What?
English dude at the beginning have anything to do with it?
Yes,
Okay.
he's a part of it. But it's as a concept, as a whole, there's so many things I want to nitpick because I'm just being an asshole. So if you're a Kobushi Factory fan, you're like, oh my god, this is the greatest PV ever. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna poop on it for a little bit. Um,
Go for it.
the guy, the host, this is okay. So this PV is supposed to be a parody of a late night talk show, sort of like Conan O'Brien, David Letterman, Jay Leno, Jimmy Fallon, James Cordon Bleu, or whatever his name is, right?
James.
Um, Craig Ferguson, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
The logo too. It's blue and yellow, classic late night talk show, like American talk show kind of look to it. And the set
Yep.
is exactly that way too. What the set that they're performing on, and there's a couch. There's like a drawn scenery in the background of the city that they're located in. That it all looks like that. So that's fine. The issue is like the little things that happen in this PV. The guy, the host, the quote unquote host of the show, which is Kobushi Show, that doesn't make any sense because why would they be a guest on a show named after their group?
With somebody I can't read because
It doesn't. Yeah, it's like a signature. It just says with blah 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 blah, and you can't read it.
yep.
Michael Bloomberg is what I'm looking at right now. If I squint really hard enough, it says Michael Bloomberg. But okay, so this guy, the host, he has.
With Kobushi Factory?
Oh, it says Kobushi Factory. Yeah, ridiculous. That's their own show. Why are they acting like guests on their own show? It doesn't make any sense. So the host guy, he has zero charisma to even like pull off a late night talk show.
Yeah, no.
And the way he speaks is very
Extravagated.
No, it's not even that. It feels stiff. It doesn't feel friendly or fun
Hmm.
or comedic, which I think you're supposed to be that way if you're doing one of these late night talk shows, right? Like
Yeah.
there isn't a hint of like humor in his delivery or anything. It just seems like I'm a generic host that speaks English guy, you know? And I
That's
get it.
exactly what he is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's not the focal point of the PV, but the focal point of the PV is not great either because the members, the five members of Kobushi Factory are performing in the set, and that's all this PV is, aside from the guy hosting the show. So
Yeah.
there isn't much to focus on, anyways. So I have to nitpick at this, okay? I'm sorry, but I have to.
Yep.
So the host, he's sitting down and he's interviewing them in the middle of the song. He's like, "Oh, what are your motivations? Whatever." And it's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a positive thinker. I want to be loved by many people." And then before that, he leads into the PV, that section of the PV, by giving you the weather forecast, which I guess makes sense with the song because Ashita tenki ni naare means I hope it's sunny out tomorrow.
Let it be a fine day tomorrow.
Yeah,
according to the
I don't
official
like that translation. We'll get a nitpick at that too. So um, I just, God, I have so many grievances.
My only grievance was who's the Sayashi Riho wannabe in here?
There is one.
Minami. What's her name? Minami Nomura. She's on the far left in the mic stand shots.
I thought she's the one that's next to Hamura Yano.
Or maybe she's second from the left.
Yeah. What about her?
She just reminds me of Sayashi Riho
Oh,
in the
okay.
way her facial features and her just the way she is. I don't know. It's like, wow. How project really likes having girls that look similar.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you could tell. That's a thing that happens.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And at the end, after they're done performing, the host comes out. He says, "Bravo, bravo." What late night talk show says that? Who in the United States? What kind of American says bravo like that?
I think I could see not Conan O'Brien, the other dude doing that. I think
Jay Leno, David Letterman, Craig Ferguson, who I believe is British. So
no, the current late show host.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
James Corden. It's James Corden.
Yeah,
right?
Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
The Tonight Show.
Okay, so if he says it, right? If he says bravo, bravo, he would say it with like a hint of like
sarcasm
or humor.
Yeah.
Right? Not like sarcastically like, "Oh, that was great, guys." Like, no, it's not like that. But like he'll have some sort of ironic like, "Oh, yeah. I don't really use bravo as part of my vocabulary, but I used it." That kind of sarcasm for sure. But this guy says it like that's in
bravo.
Bravo. That was an incredible performance. Bravo. Like, what is this, like 100 years ago watching a play?
I believe Jimmy Fallon's answer to Baby Metal was "Good job, girls."
Yeah. That sounds normal.
I believe that was his exact words.
I watched a lot of Conan O'Brien when he was on NBC, and he used to say like, "Oh, that was great, guys. Thanks." Like to the bands that I watched. Like that's all they said. They didn't go like "Bravo, bravo" and throw like roses on the stage, or whatever you do when you say bravo. I don't know.
That would be amusing though.
Yeah. So yeah, this PV just, I don't know. It just weirdly annoyed me for some reason.
I kind of got annoyed when they did the whole cut from the singing to the talking stage, but they're still singing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, please don't let him have a talking part in the middle of the song.
Yeah, and they totally do with the guy.
Sorta, sorta. It's not like the music just stops
Yeah.
and they're like talking, but yeah, it's not great. And
Song.
I do agree with the translation though. That is terrible.
What? Let it be a
trans
fine day.
yeah.
Yeah. No one says that
No,
ever.
that would be well, they might say let it be a fine day, but they're not going to be talking about the weather.
Yeah.
uh, the song was Hello Project.
Yeah.
I,
Well, but it's like a rock thing though. They don't really do rock all the time.
yeah, it's a little different. Something Juice might have done.
I think more like Bono.
Hmm,
It's up
yeah,
tempo rock, pop rock, so I would say Bono.
yeah, I can see that. It's not bad.
No, it's not, but it's not great.
No, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Mm,
All right, anything else?
no.
Rate it?
Um, I'd probably dump the PV because
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I didn't really have the issues you did with it, but I thought it was very cheesy and it didn't have enough cheese to be humorous. It
Yeah,
was
it's
just
like
it
not.
was that cringe level of cheese,
Yeah,
not
it's like
the
unironic cheese.
yeah yeah. The song I'd probably put on a shelf. Yeah, yeah, I'd put it on a shelf. I wouldn't go seeking it out.
Yeah. I think I'll dump the PV, shelf the song. I think I've already aired my grievances with it, so. It's Kobushi Factory, Ashita, tenki, naare. Next up, Mondo Grosso, Itsuwari no sympathy.
Wow. And it doesn't even say that in the video.
What?
The actual title. It
Yes, it does.
it shows the translated title for me. It says
Okay.
false sympathy for me.
Okay. That's weird.
And I didn't translate the page.
That's weird. Okay, great. So Mondo Grosso is a producer. He does music, obviously. He does electronic stuff for the most part. Nothing like dancey or anything. He does a lot of atmospheric stuff from what I could tell. He does collaborations with other artists, like Aina The End from Bish.
That's some interesting dancing she's got going there.
I don't know if it's dancing or just having sex with the air and the wall and the floor.
Or anything she can remotely come up against.
Yeah, so she grinds on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, and if you look hard enough, you could probably see her no parts.
Probably.
Because what she's wearing is
It's kind of a ballerina or an ice skater outfit type thing.
yeah, to me it looks like, the Dragon Ball Ginyu Force outfit but with a skirt instead. But it's a
Yeah.
skirt that basically does not cover anything, and she's wearing like bloomers under it. It's not underwear because it's like longer at the top or whatever.
It's almost I would say it's more like a leotard with
Yeah.
like almost the schoolgirl type collar shoulders on it.
Yeah.
Or that's what it looks like they're trying to stylize it after.
Yeah.
With the skirt that comes down to like the top of the top of the bottom of the butt cheeks.
Right. Yeah. It's I mean, like there's some school swimsuits that have the two-piece thing going on, so I'm assuming it's kind of like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, this is a very suggestive PV.
Hmm.
She is just grinding and touching herself in many contortions of her body, I guess,
Yeah.
and on couches and chairs and on the floor. It's not even like a room in a house, it's a studio with just inanimate objects spread across the room, you know.
Yeah.
The lighting changes, the objects change, but she just kind of moves around, and moves around is I don't know if that's the right term for what she's doing.
Yeah, I think this kind of goes beyond sensual.
Yeah, it's
Kitty. I think it goes into the explicit. And if you look at the translation for the lyrics, I think it follows along with that.
yeah.
You know, hurt me, punish me, so we could be together. Yeah, it's a very erotic song.
Yeah.
Let's put it that
Erotic
way.
is probably the right word. Yeah. I think PV and song, it's very erotic. And, if you're an Aina fan, it's totally like
Yeah, she's
awesome.
looking fine.
Yeah, I mean, she looks great. Oh, she always looks great, but yeah, like there's no there isn't much left to the imagination, I guess.
No, I think there's enough. I think there's enough left to the imagination.
I don't know. You see a lot of her.
Yeah, but you see, at least half that's still covered up,
Yeah, I guess.
and that's true. I mean, she is wearing more than some idol videos.
Yeah, but it's not about the
Like,
amount of cloth, it's about the themes.
Supergirls.
What is their theme? They wear bikinis? That's not like
They have zoom in on butt
okay,
in
that
bikini.
yeah, that Pretty Summer Kiss is not the that doesn't set the precedent for bikini singles, okay?
I
It's not
mean,
about the amount of cloth, it's about the context and themes here. It's clearly a very sexual theme here.
yes, yes.
It's not about
I,
bikinis.
I don't deny that.
This is way more sexual than just a bikini PV, you know?
Yeah, there's not the typical like idol dancing that you would have.
Yeah, it's if this is called dancing, this is interpretive dancing, and there she's interpreting some kind of sex. What kind of sex? I don't know. If the lyrics
I
say anything, it's probably pain related and
I,
S
I
and
wouldn't
M.
I wouldn't say she's actually like imitating sex, but like foreplay.
Sure, sure, sure. We'll go with that. Foreplay.
uh, so yeah,
Yeah. So this PV, it really doesn't have much aside from Aina just doing the things we just described. So it's not the deepest PV. The song here is Mondo Grosso's synth electro music. I'm not gonna try and guess what kind of genre this is. It's Mondo Grosso. So if you wanna go listen to, if you wanna know what he sounds like, go listen to Mondo Grosso. It's electronic. That's all I can say.
yeah. It's very unintrusive. Let's put it that way.
It's atmospheric for
It's
sure.
not in your face, but it's not like elevator music.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than that. I'm not. I'm not terribly into the song. It's okay. I like Ina's voice, but I just this genre doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not my favorite genre of music, but I think melodically it's really strong. I can just imagine just humming the song. It's got a very repetitive melody to it, so it's yeah, I don't know. It's solid to me. I like
Yeah.
it. I'd listen to it outside of the PV. I think the song is
Yeah,
better than the PV.
um, I mean, yeah, contextually, yeah.
I don't think the PV's all
Subjectively,
that
yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Um,
I'll be that guy and say that this PV is not that interesting. As much as I like Aina, this PV is not interesting to me.
I enjoyed the PV, but I mean,
Yeah, for sure. I enjoy it, but like I don't need to see it.
yeah, I
Again,
don't either.
I can live without it.
I don't generally sexualize the idol groups that I follow, so this doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the. Yeah, I mean, I can see where people would like it, but
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely it's different from what most idols do, right? I mean, that's sort of
yeah,
like a whack thing. They do different things, and
yeah,
this isn't a whack thing, but you know that the fact that Aina's been recognized as a talent that can factor outside of being in the group is great.
yeah, yeah. I got to thinking about that. I think if um, I know wasn't in Japan, I think she would be up there with like, um, oh Jesus, who's that one Baby Metal open for?
What?
Oh God, the artist that Baby Metal opened for
When?
last year, last summer.
Lady Gaga?
Yeah, or some of
Red
the
Hot
other.
Chili Peppers?
No, Lady Gaga. Um, do they do they open for Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah, they were here with
I
Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I
I
didn't know
should.
about it until the day of.
Oh, that sucks. 'Cause that was in Florida too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was in Miami.
Yeah. But I could see her being up there with contemporary American artists or American
Yeah,
pop artists.
yeah. This is like, yeah, for sure. This could like, I wouldn't be surprised if this showed up in like whatever top 10 because it feels very modern and like in.
Well, with that and the stuff she did with Teddy Lloyd too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. I could see
Yeah,
that.
I think Ina's got the talent and the. She's not afraid of what she's doing.
Yeah.
I think she could be up there, but because it's Japan and the different views that Japan has on artistic value, I guess,
Yeah.
and qualities, she's not in that level of popularity.
All right. Anything else?
Mm, no.
Rate it.
I'd probably shelf the PV. As nice and as good looking as Ina is, I really don't need to come back and watch this again. Um, I'd put the song on a playlist though. I enjoy Ina's voice, and there is definitely nothing in this song that would make me skip it.
Yeah, I think this song's solid. It's really catchy. I put it on a playlist too. And this PV, it's shot really nicely. It's very artistic. She looks great, but yeah, I mean, as a PV, I don't think it's all that interesting aside from her twerking and showing you her giblets all over the place. So I mean, that's cool, but
Giblets.
as a PV, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, that's Mondo Grosso with Aina The End, Itsuwari no Sympathy. Next up, Kaqriyo Terror Architect. Song's called Hide and Seek.
Oh, this is a weird video.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a weird video. There's like so many concepts in it. I don't even. They start out in a forest that looks very haunted, whether it is or not. And they're all carrying these little plastic dolls. And I have no idea what that's supposed to represent.
I don't know, sacrifices, I guess. I mean, that's what they do at the end.
That's the weird. Yeah, it's almost like they're throwing away part of themselves or something.
Right.
I don't know. It's weird. It's very. I feel very like tribal savage, uh, coming from this song.
You mean the
It's
PV?
both.
I don't know. The song's pretty whatever.
Um,
Sounds like another one of their songs.
I would say both, but yeah, there's a lot more of the savagery coming from the PV than the song. It,
I mean, it's not like they're killing anything.
no, it's just a feeling. It's just the kind of the aura, the energy they give off. Yeah, especially with the sacrifice of the dolls to the fire. Um, the one girl with the red shirt looking at herself like crying in the forest. Very. They tried to be really deep, but they didn't like put enough of clues in to really say what they're being deep about.
I've come to the conclusion that when we come across PVs like this where they seem like they want to send a message, we might be trying too hard to understand the message. There might not be a message at all. They might just be doing
Maybe.
it to do it. So I stop. I turn my brain off when I try to like
Yeah.
decipher what the hell is going on. I'm just like, okay, I'll just enjoy it for what it is. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. If I'm confused, I probably won't like it that much or as much as if I understood it. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like native tribal stuff going on, although it's in a studio set, so that kind of, I don't know, counters the tribal native feel to it.
Hmm.
I kind of wanted them outside for that. The outside shots with
Yeah.
the members are outside, but not the tribal stuff.
Yeah. Especially where the one is like eating whatever.
Yeah,
That would, yeah, it would have been better outside. And I don't
yeah,
know why they didn't. They obviously had done outside shots, so
yeah.
um I don't know. I enjoyed it for just being weird. And I actually enjoy trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, not into it. You know, at the end they throw the plastic baby dolls into a CG'd fire where a lot of the tribal people like lay on the floor and hold their hand out on the floor,
Like
and
they're
it's,
prayed or something.
yeah, and it's
Weird.
like fire starts and then they throw the baby dolls in there
And then they
and
slap each other.
they slap each other. Just like the
It's
three members slap each other.
yeah. It's this is like more of what Dempagumi needed. Needed more of the just bizarre, weird, what the fuck elements,
Yeah,
and they didn't have it.
I guess. I mean,
They
it
didn't need to
doesn't
go
do it
to.
for me, but yeah,
They
sure.
didn't know. They didn't need to go to this level of just like what is going on here, but
Yeah.
they needed more of that. I think this song is very much a Kodomo mental production.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about that. It's a what would you call this? A
Rock. Rock with vocal filters and synth
passcode.
stuff. Yeah. Influenced by passcode and
Uh,
Zenbu Kimi no Seida, you know, because Zenbu's on the same label.
yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, the song, I think the chorus sort of has a okay hook, but everything else is pretty whatever.
Yeah, I'm not hot on the auto tuning or whatever, the vocal effects. And I think they didn't utilize the screaming as much as they should have.
Yeah.
Um, I like the lead vocalist, this girl in red. I like her vocals when
She
they're
has a
not
really high pitched voice,
auto tuned or whatever.
which is what 10% of the time.
Nona Mara. Okay. Yeah, she seems to be like the lead vocalist of the group anyway.
No, she's always usually in the front center, so makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed this song though. And this is I would say this is something I don't generally enjoy.
I think you're more receptive to Kodomo Mental stuff than I am, so makes sense.
And you're more receptive to the wax than I am, so
Yeah.
in general anyway.
All right, anything else?
No.
Rate it?
You're not so hot on it, I can tell.
No,
So.
I don't have much to say at all.
I would put this song. Let's put this song on a playlist. I would shelf the PV. I would. I might come back to it just to watch it again and go. What were they trying to say, if anything? Yeah, maybe it is just hey, this looks cool, and if so, well, hey, all the more power to them. They didn't let political correctness stop them from making a video.
Good on them.
Yeah.
I'll shelf both. It's not my thing. So, it's Kaqriyo Terror Architect, hide and seek. Let's do the rapid fire ratings here. Just quickly highlight the song in PV and give it a quick score. Moso Calibration, Tabi wa kimi-dzure yo wa nasake.
It's another bloody cell phone PV.
Yep.
But it's done slightly better than some others. It's actually utilizes most of the screen, but it's just 6 panes. It's 6 phones lined up in a row.
I mean, portrait is always limited in terms of what you can show, though.
Yes.
So that's the limitation. It's 5 portrait shot cell phone video put together side by side by side by side by side. Whatever.
Yeah.
How many times? So.
Yep. There's 5 cell phones lined up in a row.
Yep.
But it does seem like they have a cameraman, so
Yep.
there is some like camera effects in the dance shots where they're like, "Oh, hey, look, they're doing something with their feet. Let's briefly zoom in on that."
Yeah, I mean, it's a mix of camera selfie shots and actual camera shots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then there's the selfie sticks, yeah.
Yep.
So, but beyond that, they're walking around in various locations of Japan or wherever. One of them appears to be actually driving, which is unusual for a video anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, beyond that, there's nothing here. It's not interesting to watch. It's them sightseeing through Japan. The song is pretty standard for Moso. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's whatever for me. I would give the PV a shelf. Actually, I dumped the PV. I'd shelf the song. It's whatever.
I think I'd do the same. I think this song is borderline playlist for me. I did catch myself throughout the week, like thinking about this song and like humming the chorus, but revisiting it the past, couple days, I'm like, okay, I mean, it's catchy, but yeah, it's just there's not much else there. Just feels kind of empty aside from that. It has a decent hook for me, but so PV's okay, but yeah, not my thing. So shelf the song, dump the PV. Yeah. That's Moso Calibration, Tabi wa kimi-dzure yohanasake. Next up, Billy Idol, P.S.R.I.P. Postscript,
Okay.
rest in peace, I guess.
I don't know why we need PS in front of RIP, but okay. Um,
Postscript. That's all it is, I guess.
PS. There's something else about that in the song too. There's a few lines that start with PS.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're in a spaceship that looks like it's from Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
Um, and they're singing to each other
And playing instruments in the
and
spaceship.
pushing buttons.
Yep. And it's a cartoon PV. All cartoon.
Yep.
Oh, I never like this art style of their PVs. They've done
No.
this multiple times in the past year. And it continues, and this is entirely an animated cartoon PV. And doesn't
And
do it.
let's face it, the drawings are not that great.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they're going for, though.
They look like they look really cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the backgrounds are okay, but I think the members are poorly drawn.
I mean, it's
it's
sort of like the
intentional.
punk rock thing, right? You know, it's supposed to
Yeah.
be grungy and not perfect and whatever. So, yeah, it makes sense.
Billy Idol's songs have never really done it for me, and this is more of the same for me. So I would dump both. I don't want to watch the video again, and the song is whatever.
Yeah, the PV is just so whatever. I'm so sick of their animated stuff. They've been doing it for a year now, and it's just I don't think it's ever been that interesting to me. It just feels like they're hiding the members almost, and I'm not a big fan of that. Song, it feels more, like what they should sound like. I feel like the last couple singles or songs that I remember having PVs, they were kind of slower and not as excitable as this. So I'm kind of glad they were going back to this kind of aggressive punk style. So I appreciate that, but it's okay. It's not bad. I would shelf it. So dump the PV, shelf the song. That's a Billy Idol P.S.R.I.P. And last but not least, the this one, 22/7, Shampoo no nioi ga shita.
None of something or other. Yeah, I can never remember the actual name of the show.
Nanabu ni Juni.
Yeah, that one.
Anime.
Yeah,
It's Love Live.
They're a anime digital whatever you want to call idols.
Right.
Yeah, Love Live. That other one that I can't think of the name of.
Idol Masters.
Yeah. Although I think Idol Master probably has better songs.
Wake Up Girls.
Yeah, that's another one. Virtual Idols. I have an issue with the animator because I know they could do a hell of a lot better than this. The lips, the mouth movement does not match, and that really bothered me. And I know they can do better than that. I watched AKB00. I know they can do better than that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call this song. It's got a very grand feel to it.
Yeah, it has like an epic kind of bigger feel for sure.
And the vocals are like, oh, hey, we're supposed to be singing here, but we don't want to overshadow the music.
It's light.
So, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't mesh, doesn't gel very well together. In the like one or two shots where I recognize one of the members, I can kind of hear her voice in there, but beyond that, I know nothing about this.
You mean Amaki Sally?
Yes, Sally.
She's the long blonde haired girl.
Yep. She's the one with the blonde hair. She's I don't know what her character is in the
I mean,
anime. But
it's not like they have an anime already, right? Is it like even in the works? I don't even know. I don't
I thought
follow.
they were. I thought it was out.
It was out. Okay.
I thought
Well, I mean, there are character moments like the short blonde hair girl is probably like a tsundere. She gives like a
probably.
couple of like bitchy looks.
I would imagine the one with the blue hair is a bit like that too. The
Yeah.
purplish, long, bluish hair.
Yeah. She has big cans.
I didn't pay attention. If you had glasses on,
Yes. I mean, it's like, oh, that's a nice touch. She has a bigger chest than everyone else, so that's like character work, I guess.
um. So yeah, and they're all at the school, and there's something about a painting
Yeah, they don't really go into that.
and dancing in the courtyard in front of the sakura tree or whatever
Yep.
that dead-looking tree is,
Mm-hmm.
because it's winter.
Yep. Why are they outside? Go inside. It's fucking cold.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So it's like a Seishun PV basically, but
Yeah.
with anime.
Yep. Yep. And a really grand musical score with lackluster vocals.
Yep.
I would dump the PV because the mouth movement really annoyed me. And it's really boring. Maybe if I watched the anime, or if there is an anime right now, I don't know. I haven't really followed it. All I know is I've seen Sally on Showroom once in a while.
Does she do it still?
Yeah,
Okay.
she just did it here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't fear about her anymore because I guess the hype died down.
Oh yeah, the hype lasted about 3 days.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, she's hilarious. I jumped in and I asked her if she was making JoJo's references, and she said yes. So, that's always nice.
Yeah,
But
she apparently got kind of yelled at by management because she was speaking too much English, and
right.
They couldn't understand what.
Yeah, I'm
she was
sure the butthurt Japanese fans were in spades.
Which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
And she really tries to almost say something that she shouldn't, which is always hilarious. Like her age, because nobody knows how old she is.
Right.
So yeah, I would dump the PV. It's whatever, and I'd shelf the song. It's okay, but it's not great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she definitely speaks English a lot, but I think she also tends to repeat herself in Japanese more than she was.
I will dump the PV. The animation is not bad actually, and I'm not a big fan of CG animation. I'm like, especially Japanese ones. I don't think they're very good looking. I think everything's too smooth, and a lot of the characters look very similar in most CG animation. So I'm not a big fan of it, but they did a pretty good job here. It looks pretty good. But yeah, even aside from it looking good, I don't think it's a very interesting thing. There's no actual plot. It doesn't really go into the characters deep enough to get a feel for what they're like. So it's like pretty whatever. Song, I think it has pretty good melodies, but yeah, the vocal work is kind of weird. It just feels really airy, like you said. It just feels like it's second to the instrumentals, which is very big and orchestral and expanded, and it's a really epic sounding song, and I do like the melodies, but I think the vocal work is a little bit weird. Like it's recorded weird. So yeah, but I do think the melodies are really good. But I'll put it on the shelf for now. All right, that's 22/7. Nanabun Niju ni Shampoo no nioi ga shita. That's all the PVs we're going to talk about. MVPV time. What's your number 2, number 1, number 3, whatever?
I'd probably have to go with Mondo Grosso and Kaqriyo Terror Architect.
Okay. Yeah, I figured we'd probably go in that direction. There was only really one thing that I really liked this week, and that was Mondo Grosso with Aina
Yeah.
The End. So I think that's my pick for the winner. I don't know about you. I
Yeah.
think it is for
No
you as
doubt.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really the only thing I liked this week. That I could say positive things about both the PV and the song, and I really like the song a lot.
Yep.
So yeah, I think my number two would have been Dempagumi, and that's more so because the potential was there, and like usually their themes align more with my taste than the other groups that we talked about.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Mondo Grosso with Aina The End. Itsuwari no Sympathy is the MVPV of the week. Don't forget, we stream Saturday nights around 7 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/New School Kaidan, and you can actually watch us on YouTube as well at youtube.com/New School Kaidan. Follow us on Twitter at New School Kaidan, me at Yoshirek, Draco at Draco60. Discord is at discord.me/NSK. Anything else, my friend?
No. No. Yeah.
All right.
Hop over to Twitch and yell at us and tell us how not right we are.
Yep. Do that. All right. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Later.